Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for this review of Kagurabachi 61. I'm going to get basically straight into it, but as always, thank you to everyone supporting the channel, and especially now, all 16 of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, and on with the review. So we start off with a page of Enten, Kume, Yuri and Tobi Mune, and it looks super cool, like super cool. I remember my reaction when I initially saw this and I was like, oh cool. And this is actually a really nice page to have, considering that this entire chapter is pretty much just talking. Like, it is a lot of exposition and info dumping. So onto the actual chapter. Chihiro and the Masumi are at a cafe eating, with the Masumi feeding Chihiro. Thank you, Hokusona, for this. Thank you. Minimura tells Chihiro that this is how the Masumi work, and that Chihiro is their new master now, for the time being, a little while. And Chihiro echoes Samura here, saying they're too overprotective, you know, like foster father, like adoptive father, like situationship father, like so. Oh, praise be to God. Praise be to God. I'm not even that religious of a person, you know. Me and religion have like a more complicated relationship than me and my father, okay? That's a complicated fucking relationship, it barely exists. But just, oh my days. Hokusona, thank you. Thank you. I know you've been seeing my tweets. I know you've been seeing them. Oh, praise be. You know, what a time to be alive. Minimura asks if there's been any word about yogurt from the forensic team. Any word about Yuri? There he is. Wait, so it's actually a possibility? Well, I get where forensics are coming from. We've never had a specimen with an enchanted sword contact of 18 years. Yeah, but we just need to know if he's dead or not. Like the blonde who said, better not get alive. Oh, he's actually alive, isn't he? And then we find out, no, there hasn't been any news, and Himasumbo says that they just need to know if he's dead or not. Me too, man. Me too. And Mr. Masumi Mitosis again repeats that they shouldn't get their hopes up, to which Chihiro looks extremely sad. It's because he knows Yoji's alive. He knows. He knows. On to the next page, and expectedly, the three main forces are at an impasse. Minimura tells us that the Masumi already tried to find the Hishaku's whereabouts, but were unsuccessful. However, due to the massive owl in the sky, Samura left a trail of crumbs for his whereabouts, essentially. And we're also told here that the owl isn't just visible at night, but also during the day. Class! And I was right, or at least against what the Kaminabi think. Owl is acting as a detective for the Enchanted Blades, which I'm pretty sure we were told that. So it wasn't even like a urethra moment. Like, it was obvious, but like, whatever, let me have it. Next page, and Minimura tells us that if Chihiro draws Enten, Samura's gonna murk him. So yeah, Himasumbo says that the Masumi want to have a polite chat with Samura about his actions, so to speak, and that the Kaminabi want his ass gone too. Nobody likes this man, not his wife, she divorced his ass. Nobody likes him, not even himself. He fucking hates himself too. Nobody likes him. Moving on, and as expected, Rat Bastard is the only one who can even attempt to push the Hishaku into a corner here. And also, finally, some people with sense. Just, oh my days, finally, people who realise jumping into a battle with a war criminal whose favourite activity is killing his friends is not a good idea. We're asked if they have a plan. And what's this? A plan? Oh my days, somebody called Dutch van der Lent. It's a plan. Characters with a proper plan in Kagurabachi? How could this possibly go wrong? Now, this next page is where this chapter goes in a completely different direction than to what I was expecting. So we switch to a Kaminabi perspective very shortly, and Rokuhira hater number 1, because there's many of them, tells us that there is a possible hostage for Samura. His only weakness. His daughter. This man had a kid. This man had straight sex in my Kagurabachi? We have leverage. A hostage? Yes, what you might call the only thing someone's... He has a kid? What? 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 What the hell? On the next page, we're told that shortly after the sword bearers were put into hiding, Samura's daughter died of acute heart failure, which had been chronic, so this is something that's genetic, because she was so young. Considering Samura's daughter is probably Chihiro's age at the oldest, she would have had to have been sick for at least a little while, or as I have said, this is probably a genetic issue. Also, we find out that Samura was married. Hands, but what? Look, just in front. Oh, she's dead. Okay, acute heart failure. Mr. Samura had a daughter. I mentioned that we paid a visit to Mr. Samura's family. Or what? He and his wife divorced. He had a wife? He is straight. What? What is going on? And I truly believe that his wife left him for the female sword bearer, Miss Bug, and that's the real reason he's going after the sword bearers, not the genocide thing. Next page, and I find what Minimura says here to be very interesting. That for Mr. Samura, death is how he distances himself from the people he cares about. This immediately makes me think of Chihiro and Yoji. Samura, at least with Chihiro, did not genuinely want to kill them for the sake of killing them. For Chihiro it was really a wake-up call, and for Yoji it was the whole death to the sword bearers, genocide, no, you've got to die, like that. And Himusumbo tells us that Samura actually only used the Masumi once during their 3 years working for him, and that was to fake his daughter's death. We're told on the next page that Samura had his daughter's death faked because he hated how she was being constantly watched and surveyed by the Kaminabi, and knew that she'd be used as a hostage by them when these recent events came into being. So she's now living as someone else. Probably doesn't know who her mom is, definitely doesn't know who Samura is, and they say that later in the chapter. And Chihiro expresses that he doesn't agree with using a hostage, and Minimura tells him that this isn't their intention. Sit back, relax, don't worry. On to the next page, and Minimura tells us the obvious. The Hishaku obviously aren't just gonna go, alright fair mate, let's have it, when Samura kills the sword bearers, because as we were told in the last chapter, Samura's fighting power outweighs all 10 of the Hishakus. Insane. And here it's proposed that the Hishaku have probably figured out that Samura's daughter isn't actually dead, which we then find out later in the chapter. That is in fact true. And now I was going to go on a rant about, well not a rant, and go and talking about if there was possibly any connection between Samura and his daughter's relationship and the fact that she's dying of acute heart failure, most likely by what it says caused by coronary heart disease, but I couldn't think of an actual reason or like a reachable reach to like theorise. So I'll put what I wrote on the screen. I left it unfinished because I couldn't figure out what to say, but so if you want to read it, have a read of it, but it wasn't that much. But I couldn't make a connection. I couldn't come up with some theory oh, coronary heart disease. So yeah, just do with that what you will. The next page tells us that the sorcery cast on Samura's daughter by the Masumi means that nobody can tell she is in fact Samura's daughter, even her herself. So this is memories wiped type of shit. And Samura had to cut the connection between the two of them to ensure her safety. I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing Kiryu and Haruka again. I'm not doing Yakuza 5 again. I can't do it. I can't do the goddamn fucking, what are they even called? The Daidoji. I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. I've been suffering the past few Yakuza games with this. I'm not going through this shit again. And I've already been through this with Toji and Megami, and I thought I'd escape JJK. No, I will never escape that manga. Oh my days. I'm so no. And however, the Hishaku are legitimately built different. They killed Kunishige despite the barrier outside his house. They unsealed a WMD in 3 years when it was supposed to take 10. These guys are a problem. Though, so far, there's been nothing unusual with the spell on Samura's daughter, so as of yet, nothing's happened to her. Chihiro and the Masumi's next move is to go and check if Samura's daughter's doing okay, as having her would be a blow not only to the Hishaku, but Samura also. Chihiro asks where Samura's daughter is, and I don't know if this is just me being insane, but the bottom panel here is very interesting. Those are the same leaves that were floating through the air when Samura killed Yoji back in 58. I'm not sure what they're called, I recognise them, they're like maple leaves. I'm an idiot, I'm not an expert when it comes to trees. And I'm not sure if there is a correlation, it's just something I noticed because the only reason I could see this being brought up is in relation to Yoji, because this panel seemingly has no connection to this page or the next page, like it's just there. And at first I was like, oh, maybe at this cafe they're sitting under an umbrella. They're not, because that looks like an umbrella to me, so like I don't know what it is. Taco horizontal! Oh my god! So we're now looking at Kyoto. This always seems manga that start in Tokyo always seem to end up in Kyoto. Don't know what it is. And again we see owl in the sky, showing that it is indeed a national thing now. And this is an absolutely gorgeous page. Like, Focus on it really cooked, and it goes hard for like no reason. It just does. We cut to a sushi market and new Hishaku members, and one of them is named Kaguri. And now I was only joking when I said he looked a little bit like Azami. Like, it was a joke. I wasn't actually getting at the Azami traitor theory. It was a joke. Okay guys, please forgive me. New Hishaku member! Oh sweet! Nice, I want to slice something. Kaguri. New Hishaku members, oh sweet. I love this new Hishaku member already. But I've got one question. When you go out for a succulent meal of boba, is it worth it? Is it worth sacrificing her for the boba? Her and Kaguri back and forth a little over the enchanted blade he's carrying, which I guess is the sushi guys, because we use context clues. They're in a sushi market. He's going on about unrequited love, Frank Ocean. But yeah, so if I had to guess, it's probably that. And we have a Sojo disciple. Sojo Gumo is joined by Kugu / unnamed enchanted blade. Oh, brings a tear to my eye. We're then told that Yura has sent a message out to the rest of the Hishaku, saying that the time is nigh. To do what, you ask? Probably to jump Samura's daughter, considering what they say after this. And this bum needs to leave my son Hirohiko alone, because what has he done to you? Me and Miss Boba are one in the same mind here. My boy is in rehab. Also, look at him doing origami. He misses the paper. He misses it. My son. My poor son. Next page, and Yuta's great-granddad said it's been a while since they've killed anyone, so the Hishaku were literally sitting around playing homemade Cluedo with a Kunishige card for 3 years in an abandoned warehouse. Sweet. And yes, the Hishaku are aware that Samura's daughter is alive and exists, and they plan to kidnap her, even though she can't be found. You know, but Yura's the man who cannot be stopped. When you say something's impossible, he does it, and he does it about 10 times over. So what can't he do? And also, what are they doing with the translation of Hirohiko's name? Like, I'm sticking by Hirohiko, because that's what the kanji is, I think, from what I've seen. I don't know Japanese. But genuinely, what's going on? What's happening? And anyways, we're then told about these goods. The fuck does that mean? Last page of the chapter, and we cut to a school building. And then we see Samura's daughter in the classroom. But the thing that makes me the most upset is the fact, obviously, Owl, the Eye of Owl's right above this, and it's like Samura's watching over her. Like, it actually makes me really sad. Like, oh. It's always stuff like with father and daughters. Like, originally I saw people saying about Toji and Megami, and I was like, don't make me do this again. And then Metatron said about Kiryu and Haruka. And I haven't been the same since. I hope you're in the same sense. I've got tears in my eyes right now because I mentioned it a bit before. I can't do this again. I can't do Kiryu and Haruka again. I'm not playing now. Infinite Wealth was like being stabbed because they just wouldn't talk to each other. I can't do this. It's just the fact that he's watching over her. And she has no idea who she is, has no idea who Samara is, has no idea who her parents, like her real parents are, no idea who she really is. And it just makes me so sad. Like, someone take me away from this manga, someone take me away from this life, because I can't go on. Because I already know what's about to happen. I know exactly how this is ending, and I really don't want it to happen. And I really don't. I've already been through enough anguish this year with Naruto, but oh, please, Hokusano, don't do it. So, that is all for this chapter so far. Now, as I'm recording this, it's like just gone 16 minutes. What happened to these chapter reviews? I swear, these aren't like, the scripts aren't really any shorter. I'm not talking less, but obviously I am. Like, I don't know if it's just because like this is like my 4th review now, so I know what I'm doing, vaguely, so I sort of just know what not to say. But I swear I'm waffling the same amount, but you know, it makes it easier for me to edit, and it makes it nicer for you guys to watch. You're not sitting there for 29 minutes listening to me rant on about random shit. But I also think it's because they're not action chapters. I think the action will probably pick back up within like 5 chapters, and then the reviews will start getting longer again as more action takes place. But yeah, I don't really know. And I just want to again say thank you to everyone watching this. Thank you to everyone on Twitter. Thank you so much to all 16 of you. The last chapter review, I was going, oh, thank you to all 14 of you. There's now 2 more of you guys. Oh my god. Like, I remember I was checking it because this YouTube channel isn't my main, like, this is like an alternate account. So for pretty much the entire week after I upload these videos, I don't go onto this YouTube channel. So that when I was switching over today to check, and I saw 16, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, wow. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone. And also, this is another really quick one where this is still Sunday, so I've written the entire script and recorded all of this all on the one day. So now I've just got to edit it, which is great. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone again, and I hope that you have a good day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Just have a good rest of your day, and don't forget to vote.